his time. Sukadeva Goswami, equally intelligent as befitting the spiritual master of Parikshit Maharaja Parikshit, answered the king and confirmed that his statement concerning atonement was correct. A sinful activity cannot be counted. Thus, real Prashtita, atonement, is the origin of our Lord Krishna consciousness. Real atonement involves coming to real knowledge, and for this, there is a standard process. When one follows a regulated hygienic process, it does not fall sick. A human being is meant to be trained according to certain principles to revive his original knowledge. Such a methodological life is described as tapasya. One can be gradually elevated to the standard of real knowledge or Krishna consciousness by practicing austerity and celibacy, brahmacharya, by controlling the mind, by controlling the senses, by giving up one's possessions in charity, by being avowedly truthful, by keeping clean, and by practicing yoga asanas. However, if one is fortunate enough to get the association of a pure devotee, he can easily survive. And by engaging in the service of the Supreme Lord under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master. This easy process is being recommended.
First, one must control. First, one must control his speaking power. Every one of us has the power of speech. As soon as we get an opportunity, we begin to speak. If we do not speak about Krishna consciousness, we speak about all sorts of nonsense. A toad in a field speaks by croaking, and similarly, everyone who has a tongue wants to speak, even if all he has to say is nonsense. The croaking of the toad, however, simply invites the snake. Please come here and eat me. Nevertheless, although it is inviting death, the toad goes on croaking. The talking of materialistic man and impersonalist Mayavadi philosophers may be compared to the croaking of frogs. They are always speaking nonsense and thus inviting death to catch them. Controlling speech, however, does not mean self-imposed silence, the external process of mouna. As Mayavadi philosophers think, silence may appear helpful for some time, but ultimately it proves a failure. The meaning of controlled speech conveyed by Srila Rupa Goswami advocates the positive process of Krishna Katha, engaging the speaking process in glorifying the Supreme Lord Krishna. The tongue can thus glorify the name, form, qualities, and pastimes of the Lord. The preacher of Krishna Katha is always beyond the clutches of death. This is the significance of controlling the urge to speak. The restlessness or fickle So if you can recall, see, we are going a little bit deep now. We are diving into some important principles of spiritual life. Spiritual life is not only some sentimental acts or some discussions that we will always do, but in the practice. Spiritual life has a very inner meaning. Like you are reading Bhagavatam, and reading Bhagavatam is also serving Bhagavatam. When you are associating with devotees, you are actually cultivating spiritual life. You are not associating with devotees for, distressing yourself or getting some relief from your pressure in day-to-day life, stress and all these things. So there is one goal, that is prayojan. The ultimate goal of our life is, what is the ultimate goal of our life? Back to God, Krishna. You can awaken the
dormant love for Krishna. That is, even going back to Godhead is having a desire. Parishit Maharaj is saying the end of Srimad Bhagavatam is the first. Srimad Goswami mentioned that if you want to go back to Godhead, that means you are doing sakam. Sakam. Sa means having. Kam means desire. Nishkam means not having. So we are doing sakam bhakti by wishing that okay, I will do that. But this should be inside our mind. Otherwise, we become goalless in personal time. Okay, I want to go back to that. That desire should be. It's a good desire. There are various kinds of desires. People fall for it. Some people desire to go to Switzerland, America. They have this whole life. So many people. Then they go there and now they are lost. They are totally, confused what I am doing here. And they try to forget. They try to suppress their emotions by taking help of the glamorous world there. Some bars, parties, what they have seen in movies and televisions. They try to make themselves forget. But it's not very easy. And Maya Devi has no problem. She thinks that you want to be here, no problem. You will get all the things. But now she will increase the amount of frustration, the amount of disturbances in your life. So, because he is also opting for more enjoyment, so more frustration, more kicks. So we are reading this shloka since last 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So Vacho Vegam Manasaha Krota Vegam. This is the revision. We are repeating this. We discussed that how Prabhupada compared that these confessions, Christians go to church and make confessions. Just here in the part. They make confessions, but again they engross themselves in sinful activity. So Parikshit Maharaj here is asking Sukadeva Goswami that what is the best way? Elephant bearing. We are doing elephant bearing now. We are doing sin, coming out of the purification process, taking bath, and now we think that I am pure, so I can again become pure. Because the process is always available. Mala is always there. So after I chant, I will become pure. But let me do this sinful thing, inimical thing once more. So this once more leads to hell. So that is why Srila Prabhupada has compared this, that real awakening of dormant Krishna consciousness, that is the only solution which will stop a person to commit sin. Otherwise, even if he becomes purified from the reactions of sin by doing some prayashchitta, by doing some atonement, he will again commit the sins. He will again. So Prabhupada writes in a clear manner that we can elevate the standard of real knowledge by practicing brahmacharya, samasthitis, tapasya, truthfulness, controlling the mind, senses, giving our possessions, dan, in charity. Then keeping ourselves clean and practicing yoga. But if you are fortunate enough to get association of pure devotee, all these are compared to association of pure devotee. You can practice celibacy, you can practice yoga asanas, you can practice faithfulness, you can practice charity, you can do all the things. But if you are fortunate enough to get the association of pure devotee, you can easily surpass all the practices for controlling the mind by mystic yoga process. Outside, you can have a lot of options. Like again, I forgot the term that the person was telling that they for monada. Here, monada is mentioned by Prabhupada in the purport that some people take up monada. Vipassana. Vipassana. Yeah, how I remember it. Vipassana. Vipassana. So this is monata. People they try to think that we can connect with Lord by simply keeping shut. This is not the correct way. Prabhupada has given us transcendental sound vibration. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Krishna himself brought this transcendental Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Why? Because we are meant to be in action. In Gita, Krishna himself said, nobody can stay without being action. Everybody has to do action. They cannot sit idly. They cannot think that I will not do anything, I will defend myself. So we have to take devotional service unto Supreme Lord under the direction of bona fide Guru. That is the ultimate instruction. And this is the easy process. This is the easy process. Krishna consciousness is the easy process. And you can go to church, make confessions every week and keep on committing sins, and your destination will remain the same. What happened? What will happen if Friday you cannot go to the church and make confession? Sunday you cannot go to the church and make confession. You died on Saturday. Then this sins you did in this week and that will be remain. So we also discussed that how Yukta Vairagya is aloof from dry renunciation. Many people practice dry renunciation. I will not use phone, I will not use laptop, I will not go to party, I will not go to programs, I will be like very simple living, high thinking person, but actually it's dry renunciation. We have to engage everything in service of Krishna. And that is the art. Most of the time, we only have to be careful that how much we are able to connect things with Krishna. Sometimes in the name of Yukta Vairagya, we do what we do. Prabhu, I am in the bar, I am with the glass of alcohol. Yukta Vairagya. I am not drinking it, I am just holding it for a photo, for showing my friends. Great. So you can imagine this is actually why we need a bona fide spiritual master. Why Prabhupada wrote this? By engaging in the service of Supreme Lord under direction of bona fide spiritual master. Why Prabhupada has mentioned like this? Mouse is not visible. Why? So this is easy process. This one also.
No. That is not that software. Oh,
No, mouse is here, but it is not here.
we are supposed.
I can see in my screen, but I can't see. I think it's because of duplicate or something.
Yes.
So this is easy process, and that is why we need a guru, we need a bona fide guru. So we studied about the Upadeshamrita, how Rupa Goswami has compiled Upadeshamrita for all of us. And then we came to know about the message, the mood of Prabhupada that Prabhupada gave, that in all spiritual affairs, one's first duty is to control his mind and his senses. Because Upadeshamrita in preface Prabhupada writes, how advancement will happen, on what advancement depends? Attitude of the follower. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends upon the attitude of the follower. This is the golden line of Upadeshamrita. Only by knowing this line, you can understand Upadeshamrita very clearly. You don't have to go into very elaborate philosophical discussion. Prabhupada has given you the best summary, the best conclusion of Upadeshamrita. If you want to advance in Krishna consciousness, your attitude has to be how your attitude has to be, how you have to mold up your attitude. Something attitude. Yes, but how Prabhupada has mentioned, what kind of attitude? We have to become Goswamis. And Goswami means controlling the senses. Means advancement is directly proportional to controlling senses. Advancement in Krishna consciousness equal to following the footsteps of Goswamis or becoming a Goswami, which is Goswami equal to controller of senses. That means advancement in Krishna consciousness will happen if you can control your senses. This is very simple and very easily understandable. We don't have to break our head so much. Upadeshamrita is very beautiful shastra for everyone, for a newcomer, to old, to a neophyte, to a pure devotee, everyone has to read Upadeshamrita and has to apply it in every step of spiritual life. It's not like that I am now an advanced devotee. I don't have to do Vachuragam. I don't have to control my mind. I can do whatever I want because I am advanced. No, it's not like this. These instructions are the principles, the siddhantas, on basis of which we can practice spiritual life. Suppose any institution, you have certain rules and regulations. Like every Monday morning there will be one assembly. Then after assembly you will have certain classes. Then you will have some projects. You will have certain assignments. Trimester or semester wise you will have exams. Then you will have certain things are mandatory that will form the institution. That is the structure of institution. So spiritual life is based on this structure. The text will get in this Upanishad, this 11 verses. This is what spiritual life is. You don't have to speculate too much beyond. You don't have to reach cosmology. You don't have to go very deep into tattva, all these things. Just understand the position. Things will be revealed automatically in your life. You cannot understand Bhagavatam. You cannot understand the Sandhavas. You cannot understand the Aishwarya Kadambari, Madhavya Kadambari, Ujjala Lagu Bhagavatam. So many books, Jiva Goswami, Gopal Champu, then Naradevan Chatra. All these books I read, but you cannot understand them very clearly, very developed. And Upadeshamrita is like a guru for all the books. It's like a spiritual guide. Will train you to develop the qualities to understand those books. To understand those shastras, you need to understand this shastra and follow this. So this is like a guide manual. We say that Bhagavad Gita is manual of life. Upadeshamrita is manual of spiritual life. Bhagavad Gita is manual of life. Everything is there. Upadeshamrita specifically spiritual. It's not telling you to enjoy overeating, oversleeping, no material business. It's not saying that bacho vega nokri karo jitna ichha. ऐसा नहीं बोलते. It's not saying like this. So it's saying that bacho vega manusakya vega. All these principles. So these principles are actually forming the main structure of our spiritual life. So you have to be very focused in this beginning, at least this 5 verses, 5-6 verses. It has to be memorized. It has to be contemplated. Dhyaya means contemplating. You have to meditate on it very frequently. And then you can actually advance Krishna consciousness. Definitely all of you want to advance Krishna consciousness. Is there anyone who is still thinking that this is a experimenting phase for me? I'm just trying to experiment that whether it really works or not. Yeah, even if you're thinking in that platform, your confidence, your conviction is not very concrete. Upadeshamrita will be. That is sure. That is why I say this is for beginners and for experts. Everyone can accommodate in this book, in this subject. So we did this last time, and then Sachidulal Prabhu gave us a seminar on Bachavegam. He explained Bachavegam elaborately. I think he spoke very extensively about Mayavad philosophy, right? And then he was also speaking about the nonsensical talk. Then the toad example, toad. Right now he was reading. Toad. We are always like a toad. We never stop speaking. We keep on speaking a lot of things. So you stop. Don't speak. I'm not telling again to become Mona. Mona is also a problem. So, improper solution. Mona is improper solution. What is the proper solution? Krishna. So this two things should not be confused. Bacho Begum does not mean becoming normal. Shanta ho jana. We have to engage in Krishna Katha. That is the solution. And the analogy Prabhupada has used here, specifically very intense analogy, is Kala. Kala is the snake, and I am the toad. I am continuously talking. Okay, what that is. This is happening. So you see, as soon as the IYF class ends, how many of you engage in Krishna Katha? Now, so automatically you are compelled, you are conditioned, like the living entity is conditioned. Baddhaji, what is happening to the Baddhaji? What is the condition? What is how living entity is conditioned? How can you understand that living entity is conditioned?
Birth, age, old age.
Very correct. Birth, age, old age, disease. This is the condition. If you go and tell people, take this book, they will say, why I will take this book? You can say that you are conditioned soul. Now, what is condition? What condition I am? Air condition. Birth, age, disease. We all know this philosophy. Now you have to be very fast. That is why I am saying the basics has to be very clear. That basics we spent 1 year for teaching you the basics. We did not do Upadeshamrit on the first day. What is your name? You are coming for the first time. From where are you coming? Oh, let's start Upadeshamrit. We didn't do like this. We have first made you eligible to understand the basics so that we can discuss more different subjects. No doubt we can again quote here also the basics. We can bring the basics in this subject also. But why will waste time? We already have discussed now. So those things we are not repeating. So now, conditioned soul. This conditioned soul is suffering for eternity in this material world. And there is only one way to get out from here, that is chanting of Hare Krishna Mantra. That is engaging yourself in service of Lord Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna Mantra is also service. So that is why Prabhupada gave this example of snake. The death is going to come. And if you not engage yourself in service of Krishna, then you engage in service of Maya. Somewhere you have to engage. If you don't serve the devotees, whom will serve? If you don't listen to devotees, you have to listen to non-devotees. Your friends who are outside, you will speak nonsense, and you will also engage yourself in speaking nonsense. And there will be a lot of time wasted. So, that day, runoff came. So I was discussing with him. He was telling how people waste so much time. Netflix, all these things, Amazon Prime, so videos. So they go and they see one movie, another movie, and the next movie. It's going on. It's never ending. So when I was during COVID, I went to my home. So that time, like 15 days, you have to be quarantine or something. And then inter-district, you cannot cross. So I was there at home, and then my cousin was coming every day. Wants to see me every day. Because we have Wi-Fi at our house, my brother work from home. So he would watch movie every day at our house. I used to really get irritated in the beginning. And then one day he started showing me also. So for some time, I started getting interest. Wow, very nice. Fictitious, very nice. Then after that, he was saying, let's see one. So I said, get lost. So I realized that in his, association, I could also get deviated. So anyway, we were watching something like it was not very relevant, but I found that so much time people waste, and they have not much idea that how to balance. They're not trained in that way. They're doing their responsibilities. They're doing their material work, and now they're becoming more and more lazy. They're just doing everything on the phone. If possible, they are ordering their food, everything on their phone. And for what they are saving time for all these things. So that is why materialistic man and impersonal Mayavadi philosopher. Who is more dangerous? Mayavadi. Why?
Because they control senses more than us.
What is the
Because they're using their control senses against the Krishna consciousness.
okay? But how they are more dangerous than the materialistic man?
Materialistic men can be like easily recognized, but Mayavadis are like corporate benefits.
So, Prabhu gave one example. One footpath advertisement. You come, I cure your disease. Lot of doctors are there. In footpath. You never go to them. I don't know why, how they are sustaining. Some people go to them. Otherwise, how they. And you see a very first class chamber. Authorized everything, certificate, but the doctor is fraud. He has not had, he has never been to medical college, he has not any certificate, but he has everything duplicate. And no, who will go and do research? In some small village like in Jagiroad also, in my hometown, if somebody goes and opens a chamber, who will do research? Nobody is going to do research. He is not practicing in government hospital. He has opened a private chamber. He has written Dr. Kishan. So after you have to become, right? After becoming, decided I should become a doctor. Mistake happened. Okay, now no problem, just write a doctor. And now people coming and he has idea. Google is there. So you have got fever. What to write? Paracetamol. Azithromycin. Cough. Give us a cough. Take some cough syrup. This is the common disease. Like this, he can earn. Every day he can address neck lot. And when there is like severe case, he will send it to someone. Anyway, he doesn't have facilities of operation and all these things. He doesn't have. So this is impersonal Mayavadi philosophy. Nirakar Brahma philosophy. They meditate on impersonalism, and these people are very dangerous. Their philosophy is like very 100% pure, spotless. Seems like they're speaking the absolute truth. अरे सब तो इसको नहीं पता है क्या बोल रहा है. And they have their college in Bangalore, West State. They also know. Vedanta College, there is Mayavad Darshan, Advaitavad, Dvaitavad, they have the different colleges, institutions. What we are doing, we are having magnanimous college structure, and students are going to study all this. So now what you will do? How you will understand? These people are not going to help us. See, Prabhupada gave one example of yesterday I was hearing this. He gave the example of milk. Prabhupada gave an example of milk. With our different senses, we can try to perceive milk. You can only see the milk. You can only smell the milk. You can only hear about milk. You can only touch the milk with your hands. Understand how smooth, how rigid it is. But if you drink the milk, everything will be complete. And all these things are partial realizations. Touching, seeing, hearing, smelling. But as soon as you drink, complete realization. You can understand fully about the milk. Similarly, impersonal Mayavadi philosophers, they are just touching, seeing, hearing. They are trying to figure out absolute truth, but in a wrong way, without knowing his complete, knowledge, the definition, how he looks like. They are just declaring that he has no form, no root, nothing. So everything in person. So that is why sometimes we also Vachobegam, we think that Vachobegam means Chupchap Pechana. Monata is not so good. Some people are influencing the part of the they have not control over the Vachobegam. Writing a lot of things. Authors. What not they write? You see this one author writing long time. Amish. He is reading all the books he is publishing on our religion. The Shiva, then Sita, Ram, Tawadiya, all these things. So all these things is finding is from where he is manufacturing? From his brain. He's not reading Ramayana, he's not reading Mahabharata, he's not reading any Vedic scripture. He's manufacturing something basically. And many people will read this and think it as reality. People will think that okay, this is maybe yeah, might have. We will go to read Mahabharata. Let us read Amish. Amish Mahabharata, version of Mahabharata. Ramayana. And people will believe that.
They look.
So all these people are deviating us. They are deviating us. How? Because they don't have control over their virtue. They don't have control over their urge to speak. So this is the improper solution given, and the proper solution is Krishna. Katham tasya mam nityam. Sadadam kirtayantamam. So Krishna is saying, always keep on chanting. What we do? My Prabhupada said 24 hours chanting Krishna consciousness. Don't have to do anything else. I'm chanting Krishna. Mala khatam, that's finished. That kind of book you can install at home. Mala, always. Mala never gets bored. You cannot say Mala. Mala never gets. You have done your minimum daily prescribed, but if you are free, chant. Oh, today the Mala also done. No work, no college, no school. So what I will do now? Yes. Huh? Netflix. I have time. I have done my Mala. शुभम प्रभु भी कुछ बोल नहीं सकते so no problem. Sunday we become like elephant belly. Today we have become the path. On Monday again the same story will start. So that is why if we have to become free from this condition of birth, old age, disease, and death, the clutches of repeated, we have to only speak about each other. The devotees are very sense. There is nothing called rest. Arjuna and sleeping. What do I have? What did I have? So this is the sign of dream also, and sleeping also. Is thinking about Krishna. That is why whenever this is practical application. So whenever we study Shastra, I think I said the word sometime before. We will go through some aspects. We will go through some aspects of understanding this Shastra. The first is knowledge. Some knowledge I have today. The second is understanding. Third is personal application. Okay. Fourth is preaching application. Two kinds of application. And so in understanding, you make a bar and then write. In understanding can be further expanded. Just draw a line for understanding. And the second point, understand this. This I write first point is in understanding. You can write analogies and examples. And number two, Srila Prabhupada commentaries or purports or definitions. Srila Prabhupada's definitions. And in knowledge, people learn apart from knowledge first time. Okay. In knowledge, we can find out discovery, number one. Number two, calculations and principles. Like suppose you want to know Brahma's lifetime, all these things, this comes in knowledge. Okay. Understanding is how it happens. Okay, I mean, all these things, examples, all these things. And then, okay, listen. So this part you can, this I have categorized like on my own. This subdivisions which I have. This is like just for your understanding, for your knowledge. But knowledge and understanding is almost same, not very much different. If anything you find new, you think is very important, you can make it a note on your copy. You don't have to write knowledge. It's not, just write it down like start. And then personal application and preaching application is like you will think about it and then you will write down. Okay. That is not given directly, maybe not given directly in the book. Sometimes Prabhupada may say that proper solution. This is personal application. Krishna Katha is personal application. And this is preaching application. What preaching application? Preachers of Krishna Katha is beyond classes. So means it is inspiring you to do what? Do Krishna. You preach. Yes, do Krishna Katha. You do Krishna Katha, but preachers. Not alone, but also preach. So now you preach Krishna Katha to others so that you can become free from clutches of death. So that is the preaching application. So what can be, how we can use all these principles? Sometimes we discover some principles in spiritual life that can be also used in preaching application. Like we should not take association of non-devotees. So personal application is you avoid non-devotees. Preaching application is you tell others. Sometimes some new students come to you. They say in my college, students are disturbing me, friends don't agree. All this suppose when this was junior, somebody came from body commerce college, and then my friends don't agree. They fight with me not. Yeah, this is so sorry. So he will now preach. What he is personally applying, he will not applying. So it's almost connected. Understood? The first 2 points and the second. So this is a way you can make a lot of notes and a lot of discussions within yourself, right? So Manasa, the urges of mind. Prabhupada have summarized in the purport. What is the problem? Okay, mind is urging. Mind wants. But what is the problem? The problem is restlessness. That is the problem. Mind is very restless. It doesn't stay in one place. And it cannot negate thoughts and create vacuum. Idle mind attracts anarthas. You say idle mind is devil's house. So that is why you cannot sit idly. You cannot say that I will stop thinking from now. I will not do anything. Okay, actions I stop from the, but in mind also I will stop thinking. I will not think. So that cannot happen. So Prabhupada has given the solution. Meditate on the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Antakat Jaha Krishna Taha Nahi Maya
कृष्ण सूर्य सम माया हय अंधकार यहाँ कृष्ण ताहा नहीं माया अधिकार. Krishna is just like the sun and the Maya is just like the darkness. When the sun is present, there is no person of that darkness.
So this is why Prabhupada is writing as sun, moon, stars, and all this. Why this shloka Prabhupada quote for mind? What is the reason?
If we think of Krishna, then the anarthas will not come there.
Yeah, that is the best that I understood. But Prabhupada said, meditate on lotus feet of Krishna. This is the point. In your mind, there is a lot of darkness. From darkness, take me to light. So in our mind, there is a lot of darkness. We are having a lot of negative thoughts. We are having a lot of calm. We have a lot of envy. All these things, the thoughts are coming inside our mind. So as soon as you think about Krishna, all these things will come. Suppose you are angry on something, very much angry. As soon as you remember Krishna, you cannot be angry. It happens or not? How many of you have experienced? Everybody experienced. Suppose you are very much greedy. You want to go to some old memories. As soon as you remember Krishna, you know what I'm doing. I'm following this austerity since long time. So Jaha Krishna, when you add Krishna, then Maya is disappeared. Actually, says there is nothing called Maya. Maya is simply absence of Krishna. You should not focus on Maya. Maya may be there. Nobody can follow. So, So Krishna never gets this quality. Krishna has this very quality, separately. But we have the additional quality. We accept things which we like and reject things which we do not like. So we have liking and dislike. Krishna has dislike. He has this quality. So that is why we can read now what Manasa.
The restlessness or sickness is controlled by one can fix his mind on this state of Krishna. The Chaitanya Chaitamrita Mantra 22.3 says, Krishna Surya Samar, Maya Haya Andhakara. Yama Krishna Tata Devi, Maya Adhikara. You read this Jaha. अच्छा कृष्ण सूर्य समा माया आया अंधकार जहाँ कृष्ण ताहा नदी माया अधिकार Krishna is just like the sun and Maya is just like darkness. If the sun is present, there is no question of darkness. Similarly, if Krishna is present in the mind, there is no possibility of the mind being agitated by Maya's influence. The yogic process of negating all material thoughts will not take place. To try to create a vacuum in the mind is artificial. The vacuum will not remain. However, if one always thinks of Krishna and how to serve Krishna, then one might will naturally be controlled. Similarly, anger can be controlled.
Okay. So mind can be naturally controlled by engaging in Krishna states. Now, mantra is two things. One means mind. So means two directions. How to control. So one which conquers the mind, one which delivers the mind. The entanglement of the matter. That is called one which delivers. So now what we have? We have Mahamana. So that is how we will meditate on the list. Srimad Jam. In Srimad Bhagavatam, I will discuss the next. How the lotus feet of Lord Krishna is compared to thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. It destroys only by seeing the lotus feet of Krishna. Destroy the sins of millions and billions of men. That is why our acharyas have become that they want to meditate on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So it's very purifying from Ganga comes from the lotus feet of Krishna. Very purifying. So that is why many devotees go to temple, they directly want to we have to become very specific with our daily achar. There are two things, achar and prachar. Achar করে না কেহ না করে প্রচার, প্রচার করে না কেহ না করে আচার। আচার প্রচার করে যে কার্য, তুমি জগতের গুরু, তুমি জগতের আচার্য। Says he said that if somebody does achar, they don't do preaching. Somebody does prachar, preaching, they don't do proper achar. But if one is doing proper achar and prachar, practice and preaching, then he is jagatar arya. He is the spiritual master for entire world. So that person is fit to preach, that person is fit to become devotee. So that is why we cannot expect that everybody will be doing achar properly. We cannot expect that everybody can do achar. We did a lot of achar, 5 times, 6 times by the day. Cannot preach because so much includes regulations. They cannot let people come closer. Oh, he has come from outside, I cannot go and talk to him. Oh, what he will think about me? I cannot go and preach to him. Oh, he is my childhood friend, he will laugh at me. I cannot go and talk to him. So you cannot do preaching. Why? Inferiority. A lot of inferiority is there. What kind of inferiority? Or superiority? Inferiority complex or superiority complex? Inferiority of thinking that I am not very, well versed in our Vedic scripture, so I cannot do anything. And superiority means they think that I am doing so much, I am so high level devotee. I can give my time to more senior devotee. Why to preach the movie? No need. So that is the thing. Inferiority complex and superiority complex. Thinking oneself to be very inferior, not a very good. Thinking oneself to be very good. So in Krishna consciousness, everything is in direct state. There is nothing but extreme. You have to be very balanced. So I asked on devotion about how I can balance material life and spiritual life. Most of us have these questions. How I can balance. And when I was in my home, I was studying college, then I asked this question. So he said me that practically is not possible. You imagine, now you are trying to put 2 feet on 2 poles. Both will go in different speed. Both will go in different speed in different direction. What will happen to you? No, middle. It's not. That is why there is so much trouble. No full-time devotee, no problem. Full-time materialistic. As soon as you try to balance this, there will be problem. So actually, we used to say, you can balance, you can do a morning program, you can do, but actually it is difficult. But you can always pray to Krishna, you can always pray to Guru, you can always approach the senior Vaishnavas and very techniques. Because in Srimad Bhagavatam it is mentioned that even The impossible can become possible. If somebody is very solely practicing Krishna consciousness, very determined to practice Krishna consciousness, then Krishna will make arrangements. Like I never went to college for one whole semester, and they never give attendance. They never give allowance to below 75% in the exam. But I attended this. So they changed the fate. Krishna changed the fate. And you know, when there was third list, fourth list of my university not coming, and it will never come. So I thought that 1 year extra I will take, no problem with that. Because I was busy doing Damodar program, whole month, Damodar month program. And that was the day before last Purnima. And then the call came from my professor. Then he said that don't tell anybody. I have put your name in the list. You are allowed, but don't tell anybody. When I am giving exam and people who got 73%, 70% not allowed to give exam. So Damodar heard some prayers. But it is not going to happen every time. So you have to become alert. You cannot say that with me also. I will not go to college from tomorrow. So sometimes that is why we have to see that all the arrangements are already possible, but we have to put proper faith, very strong faith. So, are you noting all these things? Huh? Are you able to know? Okay. So mind, one has to chant Hare Krishna Nam very sincerely, very attentively, because all manojivita, that is said, the Bengali term of inattentiveness is all manojivita, means without mind, without attaching the mind, you are doing something, just physically. Hare Krishna. All these things. So when it happens, because you know, waking up morning. First thing is wake up morning. Then you can plan for it. When you will be able to wake up morning. It's very simple. From day one we are saying this thing, same slogan. Yesterday we said at 12 mother. Sort of yesterday. I slept around 1:30 or 1:30. I was okay in December. So now I am actually not able to be my 100%, but still somehow the carry is there. So we have to program then everything. So morning time is very important for sadhana. If you don't do sadhana in morning time and sleep, it will be struggle a lot. You cannot do quality sadhana. But you can take rest in daytime also. You postpone your sleep for 2 hours in the daytime or 1 hour in the daytime. Somehow at the night you will not get rest. But don't compromise your morning hours. Morning shows the day. So this everything, see, all this simple. Even the simplest things are accommodated in this 1 house. Everything is like the full package is condensed. The key, it's not diluted, it's concentrated. Normally this first phase, everything is. So anger is the younger brother of Kama. Kama Mujha. Lust has 3 sitting places as per Bhagavad Gita.
Indriya.
Indriya, man, and senses, mind, and intelligence. Krishna said, I think, third chapter, he said, Arjuna asked, what is this Kama? So Krishna said that Kama is this is why we are doing all the similar things, knowing that it is wrong. Because of lust and anger, we are taking wrong steps, wrong actions. And also he said that Avrityam Jnanam Etena, Jnanino Nitya Kamarupe, the intelligence is covered by whom? Lust. Lust. And lust is the eternal enemy of the Jnani. Jnani no Nitya eternal enemy of the Jnani is lust. No one else. So all the knowledge that you have, but you have lust. At the time the lust is at its peak, all knowledge will be subsided. Nothing will work. Krishna is God, I am servant of God, I should control my senses, I should be a brahmachari, I should be this, that, controlling senses, Goswami, attitude of the follower, and that's Krishna consciousness, everything is. Lust is coming and it will drag you from peak to Dushpuren analena means anal means fire. Dushpuren analena means fire burns everything, doesn't leave anything. The haze are like you burn the haze, the dry grass, nothing is still, everything finished. So like this calm finishes your spiritual business. All accounts. Since the zero start connecting from negative calm, all dangerous. Everything. So why calm comes? From where karma rises, where karma stays, you understand. Then you can be alert, right? If you know about your enemy, if you know everything, all the details of your enemy, what weapons he has, where he stays, how he attacks, then you can be alert about it. But you cannot kill the enemy, of course, but you can be alert. So calm sits in three places. In the animal, senses, mind, and intelligence. So that is why anger also arises. And today evening I have a session, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We discuss about the principle of Shivratri special session. So there I am to speak about Rudra principle, some basics of Rudra, why is called Rudra, why Shiva is doing annihilation, all these things, so many topics. So sometime will come, if you possible, you can stay there, you can hear the lecture, or you will get YouTube also, Facebook also. It's going to be. So this anger, it arises from the mind, and it comes because there is lust in the mind. Krodhat bhavati sama. Kamat krodha bhi chaya. From kama arises krodha. That is the krodha is kama. Who is Rama? Ram. Lakshmana. Younger brother Ram. Like kama is younger brother kama. Krodha. Kama is krodha. So there is what to do. You cannot stop krodha, but you can apply rightly to the blasphemers. What is the solution to stop krodha? You can actually deviate krodha for blasphemers. You keep your krodha stored. Once Rupa Goswami was in Vrindavan, and then this Mughal king came, and when he ordered his messenger, he said that go and call Rupa Goswami. I have to see. So he is sitting on his his thoughts. Then Rupa Goswami not coming. He's in chanting. He said, okay, I'm coming. He's busy in his japa sadhana. Again, a person, some then separate 3 times. And then finally, I got up to I will teach him about his sword and he went to pick Rupa Goswami. So he asked Rupa Goswami, do you know who am I? And Rupa Goswami said, yes, you are a servant of my servant. How I am servant of your servant? So Rupa Goswami said, yes, I don't become angry, and I am not das of anger. Anger is my das, and you are his das. So we can be pleased. I appreciate it. Yes, you didn't become angry, but I became angry. There's a difference between a sadhu and a sadhu. So sometimes we see that even Lord became angry. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became angry. Why? Because of Jalai Madhai. They were torturing the Sankirtan movement. They are attacking the devotees. And finally, they attacked Nityananda Mahaprabhu. Hanumanji showed his anger in then Arjuna also in battlefield of Kurukshetra. Then he said, Jatha Ichisi Tatha Kuru. Krishna said, Jatha Ichisi Tatha. Then Arjuna said, now you tell me first whom I should kill. He took his bow and he stood up. Earlier he was shivering, became panic, sweat coming out from his body. Dhanush, Gandhirva, he has left. He's become very bewildered. And after hearing Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, he stood up and he said, now you tell me whom I should kill. Even he showed his anger in the right place. So anger can be directed properly. When you have to use, when devotees are blaspheming, most of the time you hear Vaishnava. So there is an alert, right now. Alert. All of those. Alert. Number one. No fault finding. Number two. Criticizing Vaishnavas. Vaishnava. Number three. Actions in anger. So that is why no fault finding. We should not really fault finding. We should not criticize the Vaishnavas. And we should not take any action in anger. We always get away from that place. So intelligent person and believe that they may not be able to control their emotion. So for some time we should drink a glass of water and do a lot of things. We chant Hare Krishna. I saw one devotee, he was very badly humiliated and he was sick, not so many bad things. And then he went a little bit distant himself and he started chanting Hare Krishna. And he remained calm for it. Till date he has not shown the reaction. I don't know if he lost or something. Yes, he was catchy humiliated. And then this is actually the right way. This is actually the right way. Most of the people will try to provoke us. And we will entertain them, we'll give them pleasure as soon as we will react. Don't react. Don't react if you remain happy. They will actually die with their own fire. And they are trying to ignite the fire, but they will die with their own fire. Some people just say a lot of things. They say, oh, it's you have not changed. What is Communist telling you? What is they are doing? They are teaching you a lot of stupid things. That sometimes they will use very harsh words. For Krishna, that you cannot tolerate. How can they say like this? Now it's time I should not stop. So, but still, here it's mentioned that you can always go and bash the blasphemers. But why you wait for hearing the blasphemy? You just leave the place. There are 3 steps. And that's 3 steps for escaping Vaishnava Ninda. 3 steps. The first step is leave the place. Sthan Tyag. 3 steps for escaping Vaishnava Ninda. Number 2. Defeat with arguments. Very small. Very big. Number 3 is suicide. Atma. Don't wait till that. This option is always open for you. Right? So we said, this is the only condition in our entire Vedic scripture where suicide is recommended. Otherwise, spiritual shastras or scriptures never recommend suicide. It's the only case. If you hear Vaishnava Ninda, if you cannot escape the place, first step, this is as per the rank I am saying, as per rank. If you cannot say that I will not leave the place, I have the option. I will not defeat you with arguments, I have the option. I will do suicide. Don't do that. First is leave the place immediately. Okay. If not possible to leave the place, you attack, defeat with arguments. And you have to defeat the person with arguments. That's the last option. Don't do this. Third option. This Sati, she committed suicide. Why? Because there is Vishnu, blasphemy of worship. That we will discuss in our beginning session. Slowly. Blasphemy of stay tuned for 7. Okay. This is I adding. This I am adding. Don't.
But it cannot be big.
Defeat with arguments. See, defeating with arguments is very easy. I don't know why you fear. Yes, talking. You just defeat with arguments. You tell the person you are a pessimistic person, you are a negative person. Your negativity will burn. You can see only negative things. How can you say about some Vaishnava like this? How many faults you have in yourself? You cannot even list it down because it is endless. So you just defeat the person with arguments. So there are so many techniques, but we don't argue, we don't do suicide, we just live the best. That is the best. That is the best answer, the best, I will reply to the question. Huh?
You can just know.
Yeah, that is not physically living, but don't hear what he's saying. Ignore I know. He gave me the mantra. He said that you all repeat with me. Om Ignorai Namaha. So that is why we should understand that Krishna consciousness means we have to be very alert. We have to be very alert and active for our own growth, not for anyone else. You can imagine your whole life pleasing, satisfying others. You can imagine a fascinating lifestyle, enjoying, doing disco, party, this, that. But you are in the utmost perfect, the best position. If you are here, is spiritual. Whatever position. You are chanting 1 round, you are chanting 2 rounds, you are chanting 16 rounds, you are chanting 64 rounds. And because you have a spiritual life in the perfect position, you will gradually go up. So that is why we are stopping here. There's so many things to discuss today. But I'm taking a small break. You can take a deep breath. So we'll now actually we are supposed to do every Saturday and Sunday the classes for you. And I don't know if these topics have been covered. I think I have done this, not with the same titles. The titles may be different, but you can relate the theme. If you don't know about the theme, you stop me there. The theme for this first topic is the 3 ropes that bind us. What can it be?
3 ropes of material.
We have done some sessions on this.
Yes.
Welcome because when surpassing Maya, we always keep on doing the theme is covered. You don't go very, then our lost home kingdom of yes, it is. Karma, the law of infinite justice. So we taught about the story of Achanila. Remember, that is the incredible justice. Okay. Now this is the course. Here, on becoming a devotee of Krishna, actually, you can see from here, it is Sadachar topics. We taught you about Mangalarti, this practicing Krishna consciousness things, submitting your sadhana card. These are important. And politeness, I don't think I've talked much about politeness, but this Bhachaveram and all these things are helping. Okay. And loving action, teaching and compassion. These are some features for you. We inspire you to do distribution, to go out. We also explain you the importance of preaching. Bharat Bhumite Janma Ilaja Janma Sarthak Kori Karo Tadopakar. Importance of preaching in this way. These I have not discussed. I think this was inferiority complex and superiority complex. I have not discussed. And whimsical behavior also I have not discussed. Overcoming this aspect. Learning to offer prayers and developing a prayerful attitude. We discussed about prayers. I told you to remember the prayers and every day morning you can go in front of the deities, in front of your temple. You can do some prayers. You can remember prayers, nice prayers from Kunti Maharani, nice prayers of Bhajendra, nice prayers of Prahlad Maharaj.
These two are also.
But still, I want to do this session. Learning the art of internet service. This is about humility. We have discussed. And internet service also we covered service attitude and lot of topics we did, so that you can become submissive. But I don't know. I can tell you to do humble minimal services. But ultimately minimal services, how much you are doing, I don't know. But so you try to do this. This I have not done. This thing only places. In what attitude we should do. This also is coming now.
But during camp, it was covered.
What?
During camp, our yatra, it was covered.
Yeah, but here,
Yes.
these two are coming. That is coming in our position. This is also coming in position with the X5. This is coming in. Methods and chanting Hare Krishna. This you have done. The Japa workshop.
Holy language. Saparit.
So see, we are actually going in the syllabus. We're not doing something new. We're actually going as the syllabus.
6 are just.
This I am doing.
It is going.
10 offenses against the holy name. I have not done any lecture, but I think all of you know. It's not a small team. Through them, yourself, and try to hear some lectures.
I think bro, it was done in the morning program one.
Yeah,
Last
time back, yes, probably that. Yeah, I taught the 10 offenses online. Inner transformation. This is about taking shelter of Shuddhana, how you can chant you. This is supposed to be ninja. So you don't have to worry much. We're ahead of syllabus already. We're going much higher speed. Okay, 3 pillars of trustworthy character, competence, and one more thing was there. So we'll discuss this. I have to see the lectures here. Then I will do the lectures. Learning success tips from Hanuman Ganta tips. This I have not done. I can share this lecture. This is even nicely by Johanna. You can hear the lecture. Success tips from Hanuman Ganta tips. Okay, history. This is your right. See this video and make it. Will not do a class. This is on first time based. So we are already in the 5th semester now. 5th semester is 5 years. Only 1 year. We have made you advanced 3 years. Achha, now any one of you think that some aspects of spiritual life based on this or maybe outside this topic, you need to know more, or you should be guided properly and think that you are not there to hear all the things. So our lectures, everything is there in our page every Sunday. Everything is there.
Not every, but some.
So if you want, you can go in our Facebook. You can hear all the lectures,
And
better lectures.
YouTube also. We have, but it is hidden actually. I have to share the link.
So you share all the links. So I want to say something about visiting marketplaces. Acha. Yes, this is a little bit deep topic. I have not done these things. Balancing service and self-development. I have not done. Vaishnav Aparad, the mad religion topics, level 2. 6 loving exchanges between devotees. NOI 4. It will come. It's having time. Vairagya and Mukta Vairagya. You know about Vairagya and Mukta Vairagya, but you have not the clear idea of it. So we'll do a lecture for this. Learning to play from a these. Chanting with absorption in Krishna. 3 stages of chanting: Namabhas, Advajuktana, and Shuddhana. This is shared. An art of correcting this, very important. I think I have taught you during giving feedback. How many of you remember how to give feedback?
Art of
Sandwich. Feedback sandwich. First you say something good. Good means your lecture was very nice, not like this. The voice, quality, the content of your lecture was very appropriate. Something specific you have to say. Suppose sometimes you say the negative things in so much detail, but the positive things you are very good. You are very good.